All right, good afternoon, St. Kitts and Nevis, and welcome to WINNFM 98.9. I am Devon Cornelius. Joining us in studio this afternoon is representatives from the ICDF Taiwan Technical Mission. We have the project manager as well as the assistant technician. Good afternoon and welcome to the studios of WINNFM 98.9. How are you doing, Joyce?
I'm pretty great.
Awesome, good to hear. And Darren?
Yes, I'm great, thank you.
Awesome. So this afternoon we are here to talk about the solid waste management and recycling project. All right? And at the end of this interview, I would want listeners to get a better understanding of this project. What is happening? How has the response been from the general public? And what can people in St. Kitts and Nevis expect going forward with this project? So how has the response been with this project?
Okay, so actually this project started for 2021, and so far we collect the bottles in the public areas, and we see the feedback from people. They are so excited. Yeah, and I will share with you how the performance results later. But people's they're looking for a recycling program for a long time, and now they know they need to change their behavior and do something. Yeah, and when they bring the bottles for us, they look so excited and feel more their contribution for help our environmentals.
What are some of the, or list some of the areas that you guys have touched already in terms of the recycling project where you've collected waste?
Okay, so currently we have some locations in both St. Kitts and Nevis. So in St. Kitts we have every Tuesday, 1 week in Connery and another week in Buckley's. So the place is changing. And the last Saturday of each month, we have Deer Bay Town, the collection point. And in Nevis, it's every 2 weeks we will set up a collection point, and the place is Delta Petroleum and Expetro, Big Six, and Old Artisan Village. So this is the current location, and we also bound with so many organizations. We are discussing about the cooperation right now.
Awesome. So I know that you have been visiting public areas such as schools, hotels, restaurants, the list goes on and on. What about people, residential properties? So perhaps you may have people from within various communities who are interested in, being a part of what's going on. How can they get their waste to be a part of the entire project?
So the previous Darren mentioned is actually is a public location. We collect the bottles, which is we schedule the time and the location. And like you mentioned before, actually we cooperate with some hotel, restaurant, and also currently we target also with the primary schools. Yeah. So we would like to this project can reach more people. That's why we're trying to work with different organizations. And so far, we already work with around 25 organizations. Yeah. So for the primary school.
Both St. Kitts and Nevis?
Yeah, both in St. Kitts and Nevis. And for the recently we work with the primary school is around already 8 schools already. But we still continue on this program. So, which is actually can help us not reach into for the children, but children will bring this idea back to the family, the parents, and actually can help us reach to the family and also for the village communities. So we would like to, to get more people attention to do the recycling from each village and the communities. Yeah.
Can you tell us about some of the steps that should be taken when recycling plastic, or some of the steps that they take when they're recycling the plastic?
You mean after we correct that?
Yes.
Okay, so far we work with both islands solid waste management. Okay, and for both islands we set up recycling facilities. We also invest the machines. So once we collect the bottles, we will compress it and also barrel it. And when we have enough, then we will ship into outside overseas. So it will deliver to the real recycle facility, production line, so they can make it as a raw material, and they can become a new material, so they can make new products for the future. Yeah.
What does this mean for the economy and the environment?
Yeah, so doing the recycling, actually, like you mentioned, is good, of course, for environmental, because first we can see it can reduce our landfills, the overloading issue, right? And also it's cleaning our community, our environmental. And also more important, when we do the recycling, actually we reduce materials, we reduce the resource. So like if the material can go through the recycling process, actually they can reduce the energy and reduce the material resource. And also, of course, economic, they can bring more, like create more job opportunity. And also if we have enough values for the recyclable, it can return some fund for us as well. So actually do the recycle to have many good benefits. And more important, it's very easy, right? So everyone, you just change your daily behavior for at your home, and then later once we do the recycling, actually it's good for our land, our countries.
What are some of the items that are accepted? So do you have a list of items that are accepted when you're doing the recycling?
Yes, of course. We currently collect plastic and metal recyclable waste. So plastic is like water bottle, the detergent bottles, or there's some simple rule you can follow. Is you can find a little triangle symbol on your bottles. So if the bottle has that symbol, you can recycle it. Yes, that's really easy to recognize. And for the metal, I think aluminum and tin cans can also be recycled.
Aluminum and tin cans?
Yes, both of them.
Awesome.
I want to
Sure.
echo something. So just remind everyone, for the plastic, many people ask us, can we recycle plastic bag? Yeah, because we can see that very often, right?
Yes.
And unfortunately, it cannot recycle. But I encourage people to reuse it. Now, don't throw it as a garbage first. We can reuse its content.
Right.
Yeah, otherwise, yeah, it will also be a garbage. Yeah, but why it cannot recycle? And the reason because the material is too soft, and it's not going to the recycling process. Cannot be a new product or new material. So that's why recycled bag cannot recycle. Sorry, not recycle. The plastic bag cannot be recycled. And not only for that, xylophone, the food box for the phone, actually that's material is plastic as well. But unfortunately, same reason, it cannot go through the recycling process. So these two items is easier to confuse for people. So that's why here I want to encourage people, first reduce, and if you have trying to reuse it. Yeah. And for these two things, if you cannot reuse, unfortunately it will be a garbage. Yeah.
Awesome. This is WINNFM 98.9. For those of you who are just tuning in, we have representatives from the ICDF Taiwan Technical Mission, and we are speaking on the Solid Waste Management and Recycling Project. Now, Joyce, earlier you spoke about performance results. Can you share some of that information with us?
Sure. So
Go right ahead.
so start from last June, we collect the plastic bottles and also metal cans. You can guess how much we collect so far for both islands. You guess.
I'll say over maybe over 15,000 for
50.
15,000 for St. Kitts and maybe 10 for Nevis. Am I too low? Am I too high?
Okay, the answer is so far, I think it's already 8 or 9 months. We correct is close to 40,000
Wow.
pounds. So you can imagine how crazy it is. Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. And we still looking for reach more people because I think it's just a little bit. It's not enough yet. So that's why we rely on everyone's help to join with us and just change your behavior in your daily life and bring your recyclable for us. Yeah.
Is there a target? You mentioned 40,000. Is there a target you're trying to hit by a specific time frame?
Very good question. So actually, we trying to know how much recyclables in this island, in this country. But unfortunately, so far, we didn't get very exactly the data yet. So if you say the target, actually, if we evaluate, is still behind the target, a little bit far away. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would assume that people, we have this culture that we can't survive without using plastic. Earlier you mentioned the plastic bags. And so the recommendation is instead of throwing them away, you just keep reusing them, them. That's a wonderful recommendation. I'm happy that you mentioned, I think you mentioned detergent bottles. Actually, I had a conversation before we came on the air, and there was this lady who mentioned that she has a ton load of detergent bottles. You said there's a symbol on the bottle that they have to look for to see if it's recyclable. What's that symbol again?
Mostly on the bottom.
Okay, and it's a triangle or something that you're looking for?
Yeah, it's a triangle, and in the middle there have some numbers. It's like a type of this plastic, but it doesn't matter. So if it has the triangle, it can be recycled.
Awesome. Do you have anything else that you would want to share with the listening audience at this time?
Yeah, sure.
Go right
So
ahead.
Also, we are doing the collection event almost every week. But so what we do is the audience people bring your recyclable to us, and each pound can get 1 point. And you collect the points, you can get some rewards instead. So, and we have shopping bags and cups and flatware. Stainless steel bottle, cooler bag, and we have a new reward this year, like water filter jug or water filter for your water tap. So you don't have to buy the plastic bottled water anymore. So you can just drink your water from your tap. I think that would be great for reduce. Yes.
Awesome. So there is some benefit in participating in this,
Yes,
not just for the economy and the environment, but for you. You can gain points and get some awesome prizes. So essentially, you collect or assist in collecting the items, and you can gain points. What if you're over 200 points? Is that possible?
yeah.
Of course, it's possible.
For some people it's too easy. You can imagine some people come, they bring their bottles, maybe one time more than 50, 60, maybe almost close to 100 pounds
Wow.
at one time. Imagine that, how many bottles. And I also want to share some small story. So when we start to do the recycling, and even we see some people, they trying to correct the bottles because they know finally the bottle is not going to the landfill. They do something, so they trying to correct the bottle at their home for whole months. Even they clean their, I asked the person, I said, where you got the bottles? You drinking all bottle by yourself? No, Joyce, that's too much. But how you got the bottles? On the street, on the beach. So person start cleaning their, their yard, the street, their beach, and they collect, the mountains bottles at their home and bring for us. And the more important, when I talk with this person, the very touch me is not looking for the price. They looking for is, in St. Kitts Nevis is something different. We can do something good for our environmentals. And that's why they trying to work with us. That is very touch part, be honest.
Yeah, it's really important. Actually, I have been here for 3 or 4 months, and it surprised me that I can see the change in only this month, because I can see the amount of the recyclable we collect, and we collect that I can. It's getting more and more, and people will come to me and say, "Oh, you did a really good job," or something like that. So it's really, I really appreciate that everybody has willing to participate in this project.
Cleanup exercises. So you mentioned that is something that also has been going on. Are there plans to do more cleanup exercises?
Yeah, so I see some people already do something, clean their home, their environmental, and also like when I talk to children, even we go to school, talk to children, what is recycling, how to do recycling. Actually, children also have the mindset. So I think that for the future, everyone can participate, not only at your home. You talk with your neighbor. We can, do some clean beach, clean the street, and I think we have a lot of opportunity.
Awesome. How can people find out more information about the solid waste management and recycling project in terms of any numbers to call, social media platforms, all of that?
Yes, the easiest way is we have our Facebook and Instagram page, so you can search Let's Recycle in St. Kitts and Nevis, both in Instagram and Facebook. You can find us, and you can get the schedule of our collection events or anything about recycle in St. Kitts and Nevis. You can get it.
Awesome. And can you repeat one last time for the benefit of the listeners the various pickup points?
Oh, you mean for the pickup points?
Yes.
You mean the place? So every Tuesday we will be in Conneray or Barclays. It's changing. So yes, and the last Saturday of each month we will be in Deer Bay Town. And in Nevis, we do it every 2 weeks. So the place will be Zota Petroleum and Ex-Petrol, Big Six, and Artisan Village. Yes.
And
Awesome.
I want to remind everyone, so the next time we do the recycling is March 7 in Barclays and March 10, Friday, in Delta Petrolmont. That is next time. And here, I would like to use small chance to tell people,
Sure.
before you throw your bottles into the recycling bin, trying to help us empty it and also clean it, make sure it's dry, and then scratch it. Why I remind the people to do that? Because sometimes we collect the bottles, actually inside is very dirty. Even they have liquid inside. And you can imagine if one bag, finally we collect hundreds bottle, but if one liquid, the soda or juice throw out, all bag bottle we cannot use. You rely on someone wash that or, so, and also it smell very bad and have fires, because we will storage it for a while until we shipping out. So that's why we rely on everyone's take a responsibility, trying to make sure the bottle is clean and dry, and help us to before you throw it into a recycling bins.
Awesome. So that is empty, clean, dry, compress, And you're sorted.
Yes.
Awesome. As we begin to wrap up the interview for this afternoon, do you guys have anything else that you would want to share with the public at this time? Any sponsors you would want to give a shout out to? Anyone you would want to say thank you to for
Of
their
course.
participation? Go right
Yeah.
ahead.
First, I would like to appreciate and thank you for our cooperation partner, which is the environmental department, and also for both islands solid waste management. Yeah, they help us a lot how to implement for this recycling project. And of course, I also thank for the St. Kitts and Nevis government, like a tourism government, education department, for all of them. Because during we promote our recycling, they help us to host the activity and trying to deliver message to all the audience. So we really appreciate their help and looking for, have get more opportunity to reach more peoples.
Awesome. Thank you so much. For those of you who are just tuning in to WinFM 98.9, you are listening to an interview with representatives from the ICDF Taiwan Technical Mission here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And we were on the topic of the solid waste management and recycling project. The information is there. One last time, where can we find your social media platforms to get more information on the project?
Okay, so you can search Let's Recycle in St. Kitts and Nevis in both Facebook and Instagram. You will find our schedule or our anything news about recycling.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Until next time, you guys take care. Thank you so much for tuning in to WinFM 98.9. And thank you so much, Joyce and Darren, for being here today. Take care.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.